Welcome to California State University, Dominguez Hills. This is our first podcast. The Office for International Education is launching this podcast to promote our university, to tell you how much we love CSUDH. We will be using this platform to talk about faculty, students, some of the unique things that this university has, and more than anything else, try to learn from our guests about things that involve international education, offer you any information you may need to join us. With that spirit and with that in mind, let me welcome our first guest, Soria Elise Duchan, who is a sophomore here. Soria, welcome to the program. I'm so glad you accepted this invitation.
Thank you.
A little bit about the background. I have to tell our people who are watching that you initially came to our office. You were interviewed for a position to work in the Office for International Education. We were impressed by your skills and what you could offer to our office. And more than anything else, we thought we'd take the opportunity to tell you, ultimately conditional, that you do this job, this interview first. It was all in good spirit. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, this is my second year. Like you said, I am a sophomore. I am majoring in English education, though I am going through the process of slightly shifting my major just to be able to make sure that with the degree that I get, I can work with younger students instead of just single subject, which is usually middle school, high school, secondary school.
So you want to do elementary for the kids, younger children?
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to live out here, like 20, 30 minutes away in a city called Hawthorne. But I've since moved to the high desert, which is like an hour and a half away, but it's still like local enough to where I don't feel so far away.
So you grew up here?
Yes.
And then you decide to go away from your parents. Is that what it is?
Just
like everybody does, right?
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So you moved to the high desert?
Yes.
Ah, that's amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
I dorm, because commuting is not an option.
Yeah. So you live now on the dorm?
Yes.
This is your first year on the dorm?
No, this is my second year.
Second year on the dorm, yeah.
So I did, first 2 semesters in my freshman year, and now I'm doing my first semester, sophomore year in the dorms as well.
So tell me a little bit. You said you changed your major, your focus, right, or concentration?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Number one, why did you choose teaching children?
I chose teaching children because, I hear that I'd be really good at it.
Yeah.
And because I came into college, because I knew I wanted to teach because I'm great at English. Yeah. So I was like, if I'm teaching, it should be English. But after going through the first year and with the more experience that I have from that first year and speaking to more people, I was able to decide that I wanted to teach younger children.
Yeah, that's nice. You are with the College of Education, right?
Arts and Humanities.
Arts and Humanities. Oh, so teaching is part of the Humanities, College of Arts and Humanities?
I think so.
Yeah. So you are going to teach children when you graduate?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your interest in the university. Why did you choose Cal State Dominguez Hills?
Well, I chose Dominguez Hills because my family's from around here. It's like my dad and my mom, they actually met around the corner at the elementary school that's right around here. No, Cam's. It's Glen Curtis. So it's they grew up around family, friends, my mom, they grew up around Dominguez Hills. So when it was hey, you could go there because we all know where that's at. And I have, even though my mom isn't so close, I have a lot of family that's really nearby, which also aids in, not feeling so far from home. And I also, because I went to school out here when I was younger, there's this program, I don't necessarily remember what it's called, but it's Dominguez Hills paired with El Camino.
Yeah.
And it's a college center on certain school campuses. And I went to one of the schools that was sponsored
Oh, so you're talking about, and this applies to international students. You have a lot of students start at community college. Mm-hmm. And then, so you do your basic courses, right? The general education, right?
I didn't, it was like both of the colleges had paired up, and they had a program at my middle school.
At your middle school?
Yes.
With that program, you're able to go to the community college and then come to Dominguez Hills?
You could. I didn't do the community college route. You probably could.
Yeah.
It's just more of like an easier connection. And they take you like on different trips and stuff.
Is this 3-year program?
This university's 4-year.
No. The program that you went to, there are several programs like that where what the university does is reach out to the community and build programs to help students transit to the university. And it seems like it's the same program you were sort of involved with. Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
You live in the dorm, you said now, right?
Yes.
What are some of the things that you find interesting, or is it worth living in the dorm? I know a lot of students, their first year, they want to live in the dorm. The second year, they might, and then, but I have international students who have been in the dorm their whole life, and they love it. Yeah, not their whole life, their whole studies, right, period.
I really like the dorms. Something interesting is really all the friends you make. There's a lot of familiar faces. Like, especially, you get a different room each year.
Yeah.
Which can help shake things up, but there's a lot of familiar faces, which can definitely feel like easing homesickness if you ever have it. I think it does for me.
Yeah.
You make a lot of friends. I make a lot of friends. Like, of course, with everything in life, there can be ups and downs. Like, you might get into an argument or two, but that just comes with, close proximity. I was fortunate enough to have pretty decent roommates. Yeah. And, you can choose your roommate. If you know someone else who's dorming, you can choose. And it's really great. It's really great. And there's multiple, they call them phases. Yeah. There's phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. The first phase 1 and phase 2 were like the apartments, which isn't available to the first years. But those are nice too. I don't know I think they keep international students at the res hall since it's smaller and more like.
So international students, we have every international student who wants to stay on campus, we guarantee housing. So they are guaranteed. Of course, there is a deadline, and you just can't show up.
Right.
The housing, at one point, we have to give them up so that other people will do it. And they have two choices. One, they could live with other international students, and the housing staff manages this very well. Or they could live with the Americans, and again, or what the option you did is that they pick their own friends and roommates. Yeah, so they those are the options that they have. Yeah.
Got you.
Tell us a little bit more about some of the activities and housing. I know we organize several activities in the housing area. These are the international students, and it's been really, really successful. The area seems to be very nice.
Mm-hmm. We there's like we do have a lot of events. We just had the first one of the semester. It was called Disco Night. And they're really nice. Yeah. With the budget that we're allotted, which isn't always much, and you can low-key tell sometimes, but like not that much. It's they're really nice. We had one called Disco Night. There's often food. They do a lot to make the events fun for us.
Yeah.
And they have to. They're hosted by our RAs and our.
What's an RAS? Is that your residence
assistant?
Yeah.
It's like. Your step up, like somebody, a supervisor, low key, like they're just watching over you. Yeah. They're not overbearing or nothing.
Yeah.
But they're just there to help coordinate and keep things organized.
Yeah. So all residents have that. In other words, you have to have somebody to manage this and to take care of your needs. Yeah. I noticed there is a building. We have one of the, particularly for international students who are applying for next fall. There is a dining area. There's constructions going next to the dorm where you are. Can you tell us a little bit about What's that? What's happening?
The dining area. So I think our dining area is very important. I'm glad that they're actually putting in the effort to put a dining area in place, because currently for food, we come onto campus, we come to the LSU, but living on campus means you're there 24/7.
Yeah.
You might go on a trip every now and then, but that is home base. And food isn't always accessible.
Yeah.
And so there's meal plans, yes, but it's like they're only for the local student union, and it's closed sometimes. So it's like, what are you supposed to do when the LSU is closed? Or say you don't have the funds to order out or go get groceries. I think it's very important that they are building a dining hall for us.
So which is, and by LSU, this is where the cafeteria, where the bookstore, all this, what the students needs. And they work on hours. So there are times when they're closed.
Right.
And international students have sort of told us that is really something that they would like to see. Food available all the time. So having a dining area, and it will open next fall, 2026, is really something very, very good. In our interview, you talked about the relationship that this university have in the community and what it means to come to this university. You talk about the affordability of this university, things like that. Can you relate those things that you told us before?
I think it's very important to highlight the community. This campus isn't big, it's very walkable, and I think that's something that's important. Because, schools like USC or like Oxford could be really daunting because it's the whole city. Yeah. But, DH is very, it's corners.
Yeah.
The community is very important. Even outside of the dorms, I see familiar faces all the time, whether it be in class, in not community centers, the culture centers.
The culture center, these are centers that are sort of created around a type of communities. So we have the Asian
and
Pacific
Islanders. Yeah.
Islanders. We have the Latinx. We have also some business clubs. And for the international students, this year we created. Are you familiar with cricket?
With who?
Cricket.
I'm not.
Cricket is a very famous sport, like would be for the Asian countries, particularly India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. It's like football in the U.S. or baseball. It's really baseball of the U.S. That's how popular it is. Well, the group of students, a lot of them, created a cricket club. So those students who come from Asia and who are familiar with the game will be really an amazing thing for them. So we're trying to do a tournament during the fall semester. It's an amazing thing. But we also have the International Students Club also the Study Abroad Club also. There are a lot of clubs, some of them also within the business, accounting. Are you a member of any clubs?
I am. I actually was just offered the position of outreach chair for Students for Reproductive Justice. So,
reproductive justice. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So you're going to be the vice chair?
No, I'm outreach chair, which means I'll be on the East Walkway promoting the club.
The East Walkway. This is an area where
it's right outside the LSU. Like if there's Welch Hall, there's the LSU.
So remember, not many of our audience know where Welch Hall is. So this is outside. No, it's okay. It's perfectly all right. Yeah. So you're telling us this is a sort of your role would be to promote. You're reaching out to other students to join the club. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know you're involved in club in high schools as well, right?
I was.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that. Yeah.
I was vice president of the Animation and Media Club at my high school. I helped. It was me and one other friend. We had helped reinstate it because it hadn't been like a club for like 2 years, but we helped reinstate. Basically, we were focusing on animation and media, like different genres, like in different media of animation. It could be, Western, it could be non-Western, like, anime movies. it didn't really matter as long as it was like, cartoonish, animated, or anything of like drawn.
Yeah.
And we would sit and we'd analyze. We're still high school kids. We were doing our best.
Yeah. But that's not bad. Yeah. Right. Cool. Yeah.
It was basically that. It was really fun.
Yeah. So clubs is one of the things that this university has, and as you know, it's open to everybody. Another thing that you talked about is we talked about affordability, how the tuition is reasonable. Can you tell us a little bit part of what sort of drove you to Dominguez Hills?
Very affordable. Very affordable. I don't have like exact numbers on hand.
Yeah.
But I know, especially when you're coming to orientations, not orientations, but like when they're promoting, like, oh, do you want to come here? Come check us out. They definitely talk about how good the tuition is. Yeah. I think for one semester, it's like $7,000, which is really good for it to be like, just for tuition.
Yeah.
It'd be what, $7,000? That's $14,000 for 2 semesters. Don't quote me on any of these numbers.
No worries. No.
But it's like, it really is just really good, really cheap.
Yeah.
Which college itself isn't like nothing. Paying out of pocket is still kind of hard, but compared to like any other university, UC, CSU, it is considerably cheaper, which I do appreciate.
Yeah. So one of the reason for that is that the very, and I'm sure you know, the very idea of building this university in where it is now was to make education affordable to everyone.
Right.
The mission of California State University Dominguez Hills is social justice. Mm-hmm. And it is, as you may know, the university has 2 dates when we talk about when the university is established. One is 1960. This is when the governor of California decided to build a university that is sort of for the high type of Ivy League, first-rate university in the West Coast. And if you go to the library today, you could find books that still says College of Palos Verdes. Palos Verdes, for our audience, is like Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. It's a very affluent area. And the purpose of this university was to put it in that area so it appeals to a certain demographic, but more than anything else, make it a first-rate university in the whole West Coast. Mm-hmm. But then what happened, the 60s, and our audience know very well, the civil liberties movement. So we had what we call the Watts Rebellion in 1965. At that point, the governor of California moved the university from there, from Palos Verdes to Dominguez Hills. It is named after one of the owners. And that's how this university became social justice. If you notice classes in this the university, you really have smaller classes by comparison to others. You also have easy access to faculty. It was by design. When they established it, they felt that the best way to educate and to transmit education is to have it accessible to anyone, especially accessible to faculty, and then affordable. Mm-hmm. So when we travel, my team travel internationally, we usually go with other universities that have scholarships. We really talk the numbers. We say, we don't have scholarship because we believe in equal access. And then when you add up the numbers, like you just said, for international students, really it will be around $20,000 a year. But if you get a scholarship from one of the other universities, most likely your tuition is double that or triple that. So you may get the scholarships, but you end up paying more than if you were to come here. And that drives me to another reason. How do you think in terms of, when you finish your studies in terms of jobs, what are some of the opportunities? Do you see any opportunities on campus that help you land a job? What are some of the resources that you could talk about that will help international students land that job after graduation? Yeah.
Well, I think the most important thing is the fact that we're in such a local area. We're in the Compton-Carson area, but the thing about LA is that everything is just there. You know, you can, from here, there's like actual Los Angeles is just a ways away, Long Beach, Gardena. There's a lot of places that you could go. Yeah. And that opens up the playing field for a lot of job opportunities. No matter what direction you go in, you will find something. Yeah. On campus, I haven't say I've done too much. It's only my sophomore year, but I can highlight this program with Toro Auxiliary Partners called Toro Tutors, and they pay you to actually go out to schools in the area and help tutor the children, which is very helpful, which I didn't end up taking the job, but I will at some point. Yeah. I think is very helpful for, people who are thinking about becoming teachers or people who don't know they want to teach, and then they go and they're like, hey, I actually enjoy this. I could do this long term. Yeah. The only reason I didn't take the job is because I don't have a car right now, but if I did, I absolutely would have.
Oh, well, yeah, that's a good reason not to take the job. But thank you for mentioning that, because we have our international students actually participate in that program, and they really enjoyed the experience. To a point, when we get these feedbacks from international students who come here and leave, they usually tell us, or the common thing we get is that they have experienced a true American way of life, because they feel like they belong here. And a couple of years ago, or maybe 2 or 3 years ago, the president of the student association, this is the university students, was an international student. That's good. The person in charge of the budget of the university up to 2 years ago was also an international student, and now he's working for on campus. The campus hired him to use his skills. We have also students that represent international students that are represented in the student organization, the university students. So it's a good thing from that. In terms of jobs, have you got? I mean, this is your first, maybe, or your second year. So you are not thinking that much about finding jobs. Right. But we have the career center.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't been. I am focusing on my studies, but I can say there's this website called Handshake that they, that I applied through for this position. And it doesn't stop at just like student jobs on campus. I mean, there's in the whole area. Yeah. I mean, I wish they do better, honestly, on the website of knowing where you are, because I get a lot of emails from like just a lot of different positions that I am not ready for, nor am I in the area for. I got an email the other day. It was for a teaching position at a university in Oregon, which I think is silly, because it says on my account that I'm a sophomore in college, and I'm doing my undergrad. So I don't know why they would offer me a position in Oregon as a professor, but it's good because.
So wait a minute, the ad is telling you is about for a professor, and you got it. Gosh, did you apply?
No.
You should have applied.
I probably would have made it, honestly. But it's really good because. There's a lot of different kinds of positions, whether it be work from home jobs, which I did apply for a few, and like on campus for anything. Yeah. I think anything. I've only offered teaching jobs because that's what I'm looking at. But oh no, I'm not. I'm offered behavioral therapist jobs all the time too. It's a lot of it's a good website to use. Yes, as like a starter.
I could tell you, because our international student watches this too, and we usually use this interview for our new students. Mm-hmm. So some of the information that they may need is to is this, for example. It's important to know that when you are at the university, when you graduate, you have opportunities to work. All international students have what you call optional practical training. So if you are in the science area, you could work up to 3 years before you go back to your country, or maybe you find a position an American company hires or somebody hires you under special immigration rules. 95% of our students in the science find jobs. And part of it is the resource you're talking about, the Career Center. They play a very, very important role. You try them. For example, they help students with a resume. Mm-hmm. A lot of international students really don't know how to write a resume, so this is an opportunity for them to do. And then, the information is available for you. I think what they did is that they just send a common email, but they should be more sort of, they could filter the thing, So, in other words, that way people don't get tired, because now when you see it, you say, it doesn't sort of concern me. But if it was filtered, then so attractive, they should do better. But the other thing that is sort of helps them is that our students, when they graduate and find jobs, they do well at work, and then they are hired. So, and I told this at our orientation this year to the students. I say, one of their mission is actually to live up to the reputation of the university, because now that you have, it's the name of the university is your education, that you're hired because your predecessors were so great. So that sort of reputation is very, 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 very helpful, to hire, to look at when you look at for other schools, or places to go. I know you do. You mentioned a little bit about social media.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit. What are some of the things that you do in that area?
Well, I'm pretty good at promoting things. I did promote my club actually pretty decently when I was in high school. I was very active on our stories. I had a Google Classroom, which isn't necessarily social media, but it's still a form of contact. I've put together a few videos here and there, when I was asked to, and I can do pretty decently with promoting.
And you're doing this today. You're doing this.
Oh,
you keep doing it, at the university,
I am, yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your day at Dominguez Hills.
My day?
Yeah, and so what do you do? How does a day for a student at Dominguez Hills look like?
Really, really relaxed, honestly. I haven't really had a stressful day unless I made it stressful.
You mean the classes are not stressful?
It's not stressful unless I make it stressful. So I would imagine it's pretty lax. I say, you wake up, because, my dorm, you wake up, so you don't have to, you get a lot more sleep, because you don't have to worry about commuting or parking or traffic, which I love.
Yeah.
You get up, I don't have super early morning classes. I usually have a class at about 10 or 11, which works for me. You get up, go to class.
You choose your own classes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You get a lot of breaks if you give yourself time for breaks.
You do it, yeah.
I don't work yet, so, working will probably give you less breaks.
Yeah.
But, you go at your own pace. I know a lot of the jobs on campus, they work with you, especially when it comes to your schedule. So, they won't, I don't think you'll run me over.
Yeah.
I hope not.
I asked you this during the interview, and I want to ask you again. Why did you choose to work for the International Education Office?
I chose to work for the International Students Department. Sorry. The International Education Department. That's what it is. Because I think it's important to emphasize just how much of a home Dominguez Hills can be.
Yeah.
And I use the word daunting a lot, because a lot of places can be daunting, especially when you've never been there before. And I really do think it's important to make a home out of a place anywhere. And, you know, I'm here, so why not help make a home out of Dominguez Hills? You know, it's small, it's really close-knit. You can make a lot of more long-term friends, or you may not. It's up to you. Because everything is just so here. And, you know, Dominguez Hills is in a really convenient spot because you can really travel to any city in LA from anywhere in LA, honestly, but we're in Compton Carson. So anywhere from Compton Carson, you know, it's real, everywhere is real accessible. I'm not an international student myself, of course, but I don't want to say I know what it's like to not be at home, because it's not necessarily true, but I want to help. I think above all, I want to help in any way I can. That's the main thing. Just
so the idea. Wonderful. Yeah, you talk about international students coming away from home and all of that. That's where you think you could sort of help them have this school or this country their home. That's what you talked about.
Yeah.
But you moved to a desert, right?
Yes.
So is that the same feeling? Now you're away from home, right?
Just a little bit. I don't want to compare it because I mean I know where I'm at.
You know,
I did grow up here, but I can empathize. I can empathize with not being as close to home as you may want all the time.
Yeah. Well, sorry, thank you so much. This is really a wonderful opportunity for us to hear you, to share with us, with our international audience, your experience, your journey at Dominguez Hills. I'm sure we'll see you in the office. I'm sure we might do this again. We might. And thank you again.
Thank you so much.